Baccarat for professional players, full time, side hustle, with all the extra information you need to be successful at it. Not just a matter of selection, but selection and the bet and the bankroll needed, excuse me, to meet your particular goals. Also, how to handle the casino, how to handle the table, how to handle the heat, how to handle the dealer, how to handle the pit bosses, how to handle the cashier's cage. So many variables that are necessary to play this game, to play any game in the casino, and to win money at it regularly when you are on very hostile grounds. Guaping 2012, you're here. Hello, partner. How you doing? And Gary Sherinian, and there is Joseph Gurecki. How you doing, buddy? What's the name of that casino, Joseph? That Wisconsin casino up there. KC Steve. Are you around KC Steve? Or are you somewhere in the lower 48 right now? Crystal Lewis is here. We're going to get together, Crystal. I'm going to find a time that suits both of us. I'll let you show me around that RNG Baccarat $5 table over there at Terre Haute. We'll have a few laughs. That'd be fun. Corey Jensen. Corey, is it okay if I talk about you tonight? I better just give me a yes or a no, because I don't like to say anything if I haven't cleared it with you. Trish Graves, good evening. I made a comment about the seventh game, and I wanted Toronto to win for a number of reasons. But I also wanted Toronto to win because I didn't believe Toronto would burn down their city. And those animals out there in LA, I don't even necessarily know they're baseball fans. They were just looking for a reason for anarchy and chaos, and they had one, and so they went ahead and they did what they did. But I'm very disappointed in sports fans who react that way at wins and act like animals. But I don't believe Toronto would have done damage in their city. I think they would have celebrated like civil people. But I think the best team lost. It happens sometimes. Getting it to that seventh game leaves it however it is. I do think that the runner at third that was out at the plate, I think he made a mistake. He didn't take enough secondary lead. They're not going to try to pick off a runner at third base, and he didn't get the lead that he needed. But these things happen. But what a great year. What a great season. So we got Gil Rary here. Corey's headed to the casino now, so I'm going to talk about it. Corey, first off. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Green Shark, how you doing? So Corey Jensen is the big man out there in Iowa, and he plays the game exactly as it's supposed to be played. He played Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, and won $600 every night. So he swept them for $1,800 over the weekend. It's a small casino there in Altoona, and of course, um, it draws some attention. He has drawn some heat. I initially thought that maybe they might be filling out a tax form for him, but I made further inquiry, and it's not about taxes. And you don't even have to worry about the taxes, Corey. It's about tracking you and knowing that the money went out and who it went to. They want to know who took the money out. And since you are winning at the rate you are, and oftentimes in one or two hands, I would expect that you may be getting some heat from them. So just be prepared, be gentlemanly, be understanding. Don't cause any problems because of your physical size. They're going to be careful about it anyway, but they don't know that you're a gentle giant. So you'll handle them gentlemanly, and we'll have to determine what goes forward. When you're playing in one casino, particularly a Native American casino where they're used to winning everybody's money all the time, um, even you know that they have a stacked game there. They've got a narrow window between the minimum bet and the maximum bet, and that's what they do to try to cramp you and catch you in it. You can't start with that big of a bet all the time because you'll run up against the maximum, but you know all about that. Oh, okay. So Trish says maybe those Torontonians, they might have been a little bit crazy too. Okay, well, I'll prefer to believe they won't. But KC Steve had a buzzsaw, broke even, then came home tonight. I worked 3 tables looking for set up. 45 minutes later, came home with 840. Thanks to Soup, Chuck, and of course you, King. Don't thanks me. I mean, I've got smart people out there, and Soup and Chuck have been working with me, as well as Kevin Sprouse, and and Corey plays live money. Yeah, Green Shark, that's right. Well, Toronto had a great year. They're a great team. So Corey Jensen's won $1,800 in 3 nights, and I believe that he'll probably win tonight. I would just say be careful of running up against the maximum bet there in those little casinos that have a low maximum bet. You don't want to get caught up in that. So play for lower amounts, get your money and go, particularly when you've got an $1,800 lead. A $200 night is nice, but you you play your way. So Corey, I got complete confidence in you. Um, Joseph Garecki and Chuck Ritter met tonight out there in the casino in Wisconsin. And since I got Corey on, and Corey knows that, I don't know if it's Row Chunk, Go Chunk, what, but I wanted to try to get it right. There's a casino out there in Wisconsin where Joseph Garecki and Chuck Ritter play together. Two of my favorite Badgers up there in Wisconsin, and I know both of them personally more so than here, because I met Chuck and his lovely wife. We had dinner in the Horseshoe down here in Shelbyville when they were coming back. I think they were coming back from a Hilton Head vacation maybe, and we met there. And Chuck showed me some things in craps that he knows. He does know craps very well, so he showed me some things there. Now Joseph Garecki, I ran into him out there in Rio. And we made a little money playing baccarat out there together. And so this is another one of those things that shows you the quality of people that we have here in the kingdom. And it doesn't matter if you have the newest people like Crystal Lewis, or Trish has been with us for a while, or Chuck, or Kevin. I can go down the list of quality people who are here with me each night, and I thank you guys very much. We're going to figure out where we're going to go from here, but I've been tracking the banker chopping the single and the pair, and there are plenty of options there because it comes up so often. It oftentimes has volatility of higher rates of wins and higher rates of losses, but the Dell and Bear usually bears it out. Just for fun tonight, we're going to move the bet up a little bit, and I'm going to play chop pair trip tonight to see how it goes. And so this could go haywire wrong and get killed tonight. But then again, we don't mind it. This is an instructive time tonight. So I'm going to raise the stakes to up 5 and down 4, the same way that Chuck Ritter uses it. But this time we're using $50 units. So a $50 unit gives us a first bet of $250, 5 times 50. And if we were down and had to fight our way back, we would go down 200 up to 50 on each bet. If you win your first bet, of course, you don't go down, because the first bet is a win and walk, and that's the way we do it. So I want to get we got to get a pair, because this is going to be play against the pair and against the trip. And the $250 means you got to have 50 times that for your bankroll. So if you're going to play for the $250 session profit, you need $12,500. So we have $12,500 in our bankroll tonight, and I've got a 3,604,000. Just track this amount. So if I get way down, I'll know how far I have to come back to do it. So we're going to try to chop a pair and a trip tonight. We have no bet. We have a single player up there. And so if we've been playing the baseball bet, there's your win on the second bet with the banker win. So we've got to get 2-player. We're playing chop the player, pair and trip. So that means you got to get 2-player wins. And as Corey Jensen will be the first one to tell you, not always so easy to get that. So we're going to try to get it. That's why we play the chop single, chop pair, because it's easier to get a single player win. And because like right now we have it. But if we were to lose, that would mean that we would have 4 players in a row there, and waiting for it to spin back around to a player pair, it could be a while. And so for guys that are going out to the casino, you might try this pair and trip based on how it shows tonight, but it is a more difficult bet to come up with because the landscape takes a while for it to happen for you. So we have it now. So we're going to play $250 on the banker. There it is. I kind of did it a little backwards, but we're going to play $250 on the banker and see, can we chop this pair of players? And we did not. So now we're going to try it one more time because we're going to try to chop the triple. And we lost two straight. So Harold has it going on now, man. I'm telling you what, this is the Harold that we know and love so much. So the next bet's going to be $750, and I'm going to have to find my way out of this mess. There's the win. That's what the loss looks like when you're trying to chop the pair and the triple. It has to be a quad or more to beat you. So now we're going to have to get wheeled back around and find a pair of players to bet against. There's one. And there is none. And if I'm staying here all night, we're gonna call it anyway. So we'll see, can we have a bet or not. There's one player. So I think that's two players. So we went 250, 500. This is a $750 bet. $750 bet on the banker. And a loss. So there's your buzzsaw. We've started with 3 losses, and there's a $1,000 bet. That's up 250. Okay, so we won the $1,000 bet. So now the next bet is going to be $800, and I'm looking at what we're down. We're down exactly $600 now. So we're going to play an $800 bet when we get another pair of players. That's down 200 from the 800 where we were at. The banker broke in there. We almost had it. Trying to get that landscape of 2-player wins. Hey, Ted, how you doing, buddy? I'm laughing at KC Steve because, of course, those of us that have been up to Wisconsin, certainly Chuck and Joseph know, the Menominee and Menominee Falls is a very, very interesting and unique name that a lot of people pronounce it me no money. So Menominee Falls, I think that's Casey Steve will know, but I think that's a frequent place. Okay, so Ron's talking about the bet would be 200, and I'm going to get to that, Ron, because Ron's already ahead of me. We need 200 to get even. So the safe play, as Ron is right, is not to bet 800, but to bet 200. But the problem is we're down 600, Ron. And so I got to do the bet against how much we're down. So if we bet 200, we're going to still be down 4 even if we win. So we want to get the money. So we're down 600. So the bet from 1,000 after winning would have to be an $800 bet. That's the reason we would do that. So we have 1 player win. We have to have 2 but for the landscape to be right. I don't know why that doesn't work right. No bet there. Let's see if we can get another player here. Yeah, down 200 is right, Ron. That is exactly correct. And we got two wins here. So down 2 from the 1,000 would be an $800 bet on the banker. We'll give it a try. There's an $800 bet on the bank. And with that win, I'm going to look at it exactly what it was. We started with 3,604,713. So we're up 813, 913. We're up $210. Now I would walk. We're up $210. The beauty of this is we won 2 hands and we lost 4. No, we lost 3. So we lost 250, 500, 750. We won 1,000, we won 800. So we won 2 hands, we lost 3, and we're up over $200. And that's the beauty of the way the D'Alembert is, that you don't even have to have a 50% win. So this this tonight is 2 out of 5. So that's what we ended up with tonight, is 2 wins and 3 losses, and we won 200 and 200 and what did I say it was? 210. We're plus $210. So this is the chop pair, the chop trip. We did run into a little buzzsaw. We lost the first 3 hands. That does happen. You got to be prepared. You need the money. That's why to play the $250 bet, looking for a $250 session win, you need $12,500. And even if you're playing a $250 session and you go up 210, you certainly can push the edge of the envelope. And if you did, I would tell you to bet right now. I would tell you to go all the way down and play what is necessary to get your money. Like you certainly, we won at 800. You don't need to bet 600 here, because you've already got over a $200 ahead. You could bet 200, you can bet 100, you could bet 250. It's your decision, of course, it's your money. And so I would just say, if you've walked into the casino with your goal being 250 and you're near 250, call it and just say you got it, because you've got casino money in your pocket right now. And as Corey Jensen would tell you, they know exactly how much money you've won. Even when you do the things like I would do too, occasionally when you're at the table, you know exactly how much you're ahead. It's okay to put a black or 2 chips in your pocket, and just and know where it is, to try to confuse the house a little bit. And you certainly could do that, because they don't watch that closely all the time. But when you're coloring up the lead, then it's not as conspicuous that you won, although with that camera's going, they pretty much are watching you pretty close. But this was a $250 play for chop the pair and chop the triple. I do have a chop the triple, chop the quad that I'm looking at also, but I'm interested from you guys, which way do you find to be the best way to play? The chop single, chop pair, the chop pair, chop triple, or the chop triple, chop quad, moving up one at a time, because you can find out where the buzzsaws are. But I do believe in using the banker to try to chop the player. I like having the tiniest bit of an edge, and I do know that from time to time the player does dominate a shoe. It does happen. More often than not, the banker ends up a little bit ahead, but you do run into the buzzsaw occasionally with the player. I mean, having said that, we can go back and look at this now. Um, and we see the player did pretty well. You just taking a quick look and see 5, 6, 9, 10, 12 players. But we'll see how many bankers we have: 4, 6, 7. So even here, where there are 12 players and 7 bankers, we still won the money betting banker. So it does not have to be dead even for the banker to still pull out the victory, because we're simply trying to chop it. If we tried to chop the pair and the triple, that's a double loss. That's a 1 win. These are no play. That's a no play, and that's a single win. So this is where the money comes back to us. So hope everybody enjoyed this anyway. And chop 1 and the chop 2, Chuck likes that, and I do too, because the volume of bets are easier. And well, let's do this, because Chuck is the perfect time for us to do this. Truck's back in your truck on Wednesday. Happy birthday, KC Steve. You're a good-looking 30 or 40 or whatever you are, buddy. If we chop the single or pair, let's do it this way. Okay, so there it is, and that is a $250 win. I'm gonna play this out using an autopsy. Of course, this is what won the bet. Now here is 2 losses. So I am going to do it this way. Okay, I'm tracking it this way. And here is a win. And here is 2 losses. This is a win. This is a loss and a win. And that's a no play. So let me see what it looks like. It looks like +5. And it looks like -1. It looks like -6. And it looks like +11. And looks like minus 5, minus 10, plus 15, minus 5, plus 10. I'm going to tell Chuck Ritter exactly where he is. I just did an autopsy. The negatives are 7, 12, 22, 27. Negative 27 units on the bets. And the positives are 5, 16, 31, 46. So the positives are 46. That makes it a plus 19 units win. And if you are playing $50 units, that is plus $950 playing this way, $50 units, this many hands, you'd have won $950. And so we certainly wouldn't have done that. The goal being 250, we'd had the money right there. We can leave right there. But if it's played out, just for simple to see how it goes, and this is the key to thing about this is you even are in a buzzsaw. This is 12 players and 7 bankers. You're beating 12 to 7, and playing banker chopping single and pair made $950 at 5 units of 50. So that's the thing to keep up. I hope I didn't go over that too quickly. I want you everybody to understand it. Fat Finger Kingdom, I love it. Thanks, Casey. Everybody saying happy birthday to Steve. Welcome, man. Thanks for keeping everything rolling out there, Casey. Steve, we appreciate you, buddy, and all of your brotherhood and sisterhood that's out there doing the work for us. The rest of the country's trying to shut down and act like children arguing in the Senate right now, but there are working people out here who are making America great and making America go, and you are one of those two doing it for us. So thank you to all of you, and yeah, that's right. Have a great day, Casey. Steve, your birthday. Hit a like on the way out, gentlemen and ladies. I appreciate you all. I know we have at least 2 lovely ladies out there tonight. And this was a chop pair, chop trip. But we went back and saw that the chop single, chop pair did really, really well, even when the shoe was balanced high to the player, because you could still win it. So thanks to all of you. I will see you in 2 more nights. Not tomorrow night. I'll be off tomorrow night, but I'll be coming back, and we're going to keep working this. And I'm going to see. I'm wishing Corey Jensen that not that he has good luck, but I'm asking him. I'm wishing that he has a fair shoe. Just give him a fair shoe. And Gil Rary, thank you very much. Michael Steinfeld, thank you. Joseph Gorecki, always a pleasure, sir. And to all of you, good baccarat playing. Let's make the money. I love you all. See you soon.